Damian Lillard finally free from Portland, going to Milwaukee, which absolutely nobody saw coming because he was talking the whole time about wanting to play for Miami. I don't know about you, TJ, but it feels like Miami kind of got a little arrogant with this, just assumed that they were going to get him at some point, that no other team could have a better offer than whatever they were offering, which seemed like it was Tyler Hero and a few pieces and some picks.
Yeah, they were really pushing Tyler, and it seemed like Portland from the jump just didn't seem interested.
Yeah.
So then you have to reevaluate. You have to assess, like, all right, you have this future Hall of Fame point guard, and he's saying he wants to come to your house. You got to do whatever it takes, sort of giving up Jimmy Butler and probably Bam, because Bam is Bam's his boy, so he wanted to come. Lillard wanted to come and play with Bam. So outside of those two, I feel anyone should have been fair game. And maybe you're right, man. Maybe Miami did get a little arrogant, thinking that we got this on lock, and they did not.
They thought they were the only team in town. I really think that. I really think that they thought, okay, we've got Jimmy. We know he wants to come here. Milwaukee's not always the place that a player wants to go to when they leave Portland. And then
Toronto was kind of a mystery team that popped up in the last week. It was like, oh, Toronto could be in it. What?
But then you're saying to yourself, well, why? Like, why would you go from Portland to Toronto?
Right.
It's pretty much
and any pieces that
situation.
Toronto would have to give up, and you add Dame, are you any better? Are you suddenly now a contender in the East over Boston, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Miami?
No.
Are you going to get past those teams?
Let me tell you when we should have all known this was going to happen.
When Giannis started yapping
took him as the first pick.
I saw that.
In the All-Star game.
Oh, that's right.
There's a tweet going around of a picture of Giannis's pick sheet of who he wanted, and Dame was ahead of Drew Holiday on that list. I saw that going around yesterday. That should have been the first sign.
The Bucks have to show Giannis that they mean business.
Right.
They have to show him that they're willing to build around him. And now we've got a lot of money coming to Dame, a lot of money. Then, of course, the fourth year. I mean, we're talking about a long time there where he can win multiple times. That's a lot of money and a lot of time. And now the feeding frenzy turns to Drew Holiday because we know that he's barely going to unpack that suitcase in the Holiday Inn somewhere in Portland. Maybe not even unpack it at all. And he's going to move on.
I don't want to interrupt, but what you just said right there might be the biggest thing that comes into play, because Portland's going to give Drew Holiday up for very little, maybe a couple draft picks, maybe a decent player, but I'm thinking that they're going to want to get him off the book. So if you're a contender that feels you're a point guard away, and I'm looking at the Clippers, the Sixers, maybe even Celtics, maybe Miami, Drew Holiday's there for the taking, and you could probably get him at a much reduced price, much lesser than what it would have been 2 weeks ago had you called trying to get Drew Holiday.
Yeah, I was listening to Brian Windhorst's podcast on the way in this morning. He was talking yesterday with his crew about it, and it's 20 teams are probably going to call Portland to inquire about Drew Holiday, but who can get him and really be title contenders? And it's the ones that we just mentioned. It's Miami, it's Boston, it's Philadelphia, it's the Clippers. And they're gonna get a decent amount for him. They want to get that contract off the books. He's getting paid a lot of money, especially when they acquire DeAndre Ayton, who's getting paid a lot of money. So you can't have both those guys on the roster. So he's gonna get flipped pretty quickly here. It's just who can come in, make the most enticing offer in the quickest way, and then boom, suddenly they're now title contenders. But Milwaukee now, having just won a title a couple years ago, they've got a great starting five. After that, the bench is a little thin, TJ, but Giannis,
Chris Middleton,
Dame, Middleton, Lopez,
Portis.
How old is Lopez by now?
400 years old.
750. TJ, I'm sorry. I would almost want to argue with you. I feel like Drew Holiday has just been set up to get paid because now he's the prettiest girl in the dance, right? Yeah. I mean, now he's pretty out there. And I think everybody needs him. I mean, okay, it seems like to me.
Well, he signed a big deal. He's already been paid.
He's been paid.
Yeah, he's been paid by Milwaukee.
But he's going to want to have that. He's going to want in the background. He's going to want to know that he's going to get more money on the other end.
When I say get him cheap, I meant the deal wise for Portland. It's probably not going to be a blockbuster deal.
Not going to be a blockbuster, but
that's what I'm saying. It's
if it just say for Boston, for example, they could offer up Brogdon, maybe Robert Williams, and
do you give up Brogdon and Williams for Drew? I don't think that's a deal you make, Chris.
Yes.
Do you?
Really?
Yes. They become the best team in the NBA with Drew Holiday.
So, in other words, win now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Win now. I mean, that's
Win
what
now.
everyone's doing. Everyone's building right
You
now
got
to
the
win
Jays,
now.
you got Porzingis. Like, let's go. Let's add that Drew Holiday piece. Drew
That's
Holiday,
interesting.
lockdown defender. You need him to fill it up. Giannis got hurt in the playoffs last year. He can fill it up. He can score. He's a really good player.
Yeah. Memories of Clyde Drexler with this trade. Don't you think it's kind of like, okay, I remember like Portland, they look lonely right now. I wonder who's going to end up there. And I just think that Milwaukee's never felt so fine. It's going to be a great day today in Milwaukee.
Man, the NBA is going to be so fun.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.